And there we are, right on time. Right on time for some volatility on the chart. Oh, you gotta love it. How are you doing, everyone? Welcome. Let's see what we get. Yo! Seriga, Kevin, Ali, Yoon, what's up? Carl, Zello, Bina, JP, GP, Shingy. Do you hold any spot? I would answer that question with a yes. Bonjour tout le monde, bonjour Maître Kuhn. What's up, Power Meet? I'm not yet in a position to talk fluent French. Mr. Brownbug, what's up? Welcome. Leva, good to have you here. Sam, volatility kicks in. We always try to find the right moments, eh? Brownbug counting down. Sibel, just want to jump on my bike, but I think I'll have to wait a bit. I mean, if you have a clear count, clear plan, right? You'll be probably able to do a bike ride and come back without any surprises, but you know, let's see what the chart is gonna give us, right? Obelix, welcome. Cheers, man. Dayon, Yuri, Locksky, welcome. Harut, good morning. Good morning, guys. So in this live stream, first of all, a small announcement. Second is Elliott waves, right? We're going to cover the waves, keep an eye on local price action. And third is going to be chatting Q&A. And then that's that, right? So, by the way, what I am drinking is, as always, 0.0. What's up, Mark? Good to have you here, man. Welcome. So, this is not how it works. We analyze a Bitcoin. For the alts, you got to go to the altcoin Sunday streams or Sunday altcoin streams, but not this Sunday. Nice bridge to my announcement, because as many of you will already know, but this weekend I will be in Zandvoort for the Grand Prix, so I will not have the opportunity to make any content. And also not do a Sunday altcoin stream, but I will do it the week after, probably on Tuesday or Wednesday. The Bitcoin Holio is all we need. Yo, cheers, Locksky, member for 1 month. Bronze, what's up, man? Appreciate it, man. It's funny that you can share stuff like this. Every member, I think, can do this once a month. Yoshi, cheers, welcome. But this weekend I will be gone. I will be in the Netherlands. I will fly tomorrow early morning, which also means that on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, there won't be content on the channel, because I'll be in the Netherlands. I'll be with my parents, Ashley, some friends, and we will be at the Grand Prix. So yeah, that is what's going to happen this weekend. So just so that you're prepared, of course, in general, the weekend is now a lot more random. I wrote it on the banner as well of the channel. But this weekend, I'm not even I'm not home. So just so you are prepared. Now that does mean that for YouTube, of course, I can't make content. For Silver, if you are a Silver member, it's a lot easier because I always have my phone everywhere I go. So I keep an eye on the chart. I can update, right? I can write stuff. I can share some ideas. I will always have my laptop with me as well. So I can make a screenshot and whatnot. It's just that recording, I mean, then I need to take my whole setup and record in a hotel rooms and stuff. I don't think that's going to be a thing. So just expect nothing, right? The expectation should be koenztrading Grand Prix. I will take at least some stuff. And if I do have an opportunity, you'll know, but don't expect it. So at least you know. And the week after, by the way, I go to the Monza Grand Prix, which is 4 hours away from where I live. But I will be able to make content that like when I go. You probably about like still 1, maybe even 2 a day. So yeah, let's see how it goes. But at least the expectations should be right. Yeah, I remember the last time, and that was when I was in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. Or was it in France? When I was in France for like 2 days. I don't know, one of the two. Yo, Christian, thanks. Urgent update from the F1 circuit. Yeah, and then have my selfie phone camera. Yeah. Hunter, welcome. So that is announcement 1. Announcement 2 is that I actually found a way to completely automate people that want the CVD template, not through affiliate links, which is completely free, but some people wanted to pay for it, and that's fine. But I wanted to manage administration, and I found a way to completely automate it. So I'm currently working on it, putting systems in place, and we'll test it as well. And then what's going to happen is that there will be a link in Discord and a QR code, and people can then just pay using the link, and the whole system automatically then gives you the right role in Discord, and tada! It completely avoids any administrative stuff, which is very nice. So working on it, Don't take selfies while driving to Monza. I won't take phones, or I don't have phones in my hand when I'm driving. The template is only available in diamond, not silver nor gold. There will be a separate membership, but for people that want to not be a member and also have access to gold and silver, but just pay, there will be an option. So, and I will launch everything at the same time. I don't think many maybe realize how much effort goes into building a template like that. We can't put it online for a dime. I give people an option to do it for free. If they don't want to, they don't pay. It's how the world works. So cool. That being said, let's start. What's up, Andrew? How you doing? Welcome. So, Bitcoin still inside the range. Holy moly. Are we ever going to get out of this range? It's a big question, no? Now, compared to the morning video, actually not too much has changed really. But nonetheless, we are going to analyze the 4-hour time frame, as this is pretty much where everything happens. And then we get into chatting and Q&A. Set your timer. Yeah. Almost minute 14 here. Is this a local double top pattern? It's not a double top really for me, but I mean, it depends on, I suppose, personal choice if this is a double top. For me, a double top would be hitting the 886, it's closer. Like this for me this is not a double top. The second top is too far away, you know what I mean? But maybe some people will call it a double top. It's an opinion. Where are we going now? We're gonna start the analysis. So up and down, and we always go right. Tobias, welcome. Good to have you here. Okay, let's start. 14:30 again. If I drink, by the way, it's 0.0% alcohol. It just happens to be in a green bottle. It's not even beer. It's a cider. So FYI. Okay. So a summary of the video this morning. The most bullish scenario, as long as we keep creating higher highs and higher lows, is what you see on the chart, which is a multi-1-2. Now, this first structure to the upside, of course, looks very much like a three-wave structure to the upside, and a lot less like a five-wave structure to the upside. There's only a very slim chance of this being a 1, 2, 3. This is your 4 and a wave 5. as explained last week. So there is at least that opportunity. But as long as price is creating higher highs and higher lows here, we at least have to be aware of the potential of a scenario like this, right? It's difficult to give it the highest probabilities because of the three-wave nature here in one, which has to be a five-waver. But as long as we build higher highs, higher lows, we have big bullish CVD divergences, which all the time played out. Every bullish CVD is playing out and out and out and out, time after time. We at least have to be aware. Not to forget that sometimes three-wavy looking structures, like we had here, are in hindsight sometimes counted as, oh wait, this was a five-wave structure, either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 diagonal or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 diagonal. On some charts this was a truncation, on other charts it was not, right? There were a couple of discussions, but eventually we counted it nicely as a multi 1, 2, and then here we had more 1, 2, 1, 2, and eventually boom. So we have to at least be aware of the potential. And that is why we also have our invalidations on the chart, right? If you do change market structure, then this scenario can very quickly have a lot lower and less probabilities. But it is good to be aware of it, no? The bearish scenario, most bearish scenario, is an expanding diagonal in a 1, WXY2, continuation down in 3. Low probabilities because your wave 1 is an expanding diagonal, very rare, never preferred unless everything else fails. And if price hits the 886 as well, it even lowers the probabilities even more, which are already slim, for a scenario like this. Now, mind you, it is absolutely no problem, even in a bullish scenario, to create a bigger three-wave structure. It's just that moving down in a wave 3 has low probabilities because that three-wave structure can still be part of a wave X or a wave B, right? So we have a three-wave structure up in a W, or if we want to count as a five-wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we can count it as an A. So in other words, we're looking for a three-waver, A, B, C, or WXY, doesn't matter, same structure. But this wave B / wave X is quite the complex structure, right? We could finish it here with a double zigzag WXY. However, that means that your wave X hit the 0.7 Fibonacci, taken from the high to the low. And the 0.7 is a very rare target for wave X in a double zigzag. It just significantly lowers probabilities. For a double zigzag, you actually want the 0.236, 0.382, 0.5 to be hit, right? You don't really like to hit a golden pocket, 0.7, 0.786. It's generally high. So therefore, there is still a chance here that you are in a corrective structure to the upside. Now, a few days ago, I uploaded a video where I said it does not make any sense anymore to count this range in a lot of detail. It still doesn't make any sense, right? The probabilities are higher. This is corrective, increasing probabilities to still sooner or later take out that high. And I do not care if it does that or if it does this. Right? The probabilities remain higher for price to take that high till proven otherwise. But at the moment, the probabilities are higher for price to still take 63K first instead of taking 49K first, right? It's just that once you move into complex structures, it is a very good idea to, besides Elliott waves, use some other tools that you like to use to consider entries. Because of course, if one would enter here, but your stop loss is going to be all the way down here and you look for at least 63K to be taken, it's not a very good risk to reward ratio, no? So from an Elliott wave point of view, it's actually quite difficult to still trade here, but using other tools in combination with low time frame Elliott wave counts can give very nice moves towards the upside. I was personally part of this move over here, right? So it can be traded, but on a 4-hour time frame, it becomes a little more tricky. But lower time frame entries, in talking about myself, is very much a possibility. So the probabilities remain the same in the 4-hour range. The question is B or X already in or not? It really does not matter. It doesn't matter for any of the probabilities anywhere in this range. Quite simply, from an Elliott wave point of view, the probabilities are very low for a expanding diagonal. And if you hit the 886, it even decreases more. There is still a chance. It's just an expanding diagonal. It's just very rare. It's just the way it is in Elliott waves. I can't make it any easier, right? That is Elliott wave theory for you. So yeah. Now I have like yesterday and in the morning video, the range we are building over here in some way reminds me a little bit from a CVD perspective to what we had over here. We have multiple bullish CVD divergences over here. I don't use any MCB, by the way, only CVD. CVD is by far better by a mile than any market cipher stuff. And by the way, this template is free, so there you go. No, I don't use anything. It's a waste of money, in my opinion. Anyway, so this structure over here in some way reminds me of what happened here. And that is also because of CVD. So back at 53K, we had bullish CVD here, bullish CVD here, bullish CVD, and then as price was moving up, more bullish CVDs. And the bearish CVDs we had here were all the time invalidated. Of course, they can play out very locally, but the bigger ones were invalidated. And in a way, we see that again. Now, price can rhyme, it doesn't repeat, but it is something that I thought about yesterday when I was out and about thinking about the chart, because we had a little bullish CVD here. We had bullish CVD here, or still have, by the way, right? Didn't play out yet. We didn't take the high. Bullish CVD here already played out. Bullish CVD here also already played out. So they constantly play out, and there's a big build of bullish CVDs. Now the chart pattern you see here is a bars pattern, by the way, the pink thing. And that is a piece of historic price action. To be more precise, it is this part copied on local price action. And if I just zoom in, then you can see a similarity between what we had here, a bit of a range, a push up, a fall down, and then a bit of a grind to the upside again, right? Now again, price does not repeat, right? It can rhyme. It's all about finding patterns and eventually probabilities. But in a way, it's not too bad when you like put the pink price action, historic price action, on top of what we have at the moment, right? Look at how price at the moment is following the historic price action, the bars pattern, right? So it is interesting. This is more for context, right? It's very difficult to trade a bars pattern, right? I don't use this for trading, like, oh, I'm going to enter because of a bars pattern. Now, I have other tools and other ways of deciding upon entries, but it is interesting from a context point of view, and that is very important. Now, also on the 1 hour, this is a bigger bars pattern, and as you can see, it's not as pretty aligned. But what is more interesting would be the potential of a double top, move down, take the low, and then start the structure towards the upside, right? Which is definitely still a potential bars pattern scenario, right? So that is this structure here, but then copied on the local price action. But as you can see, that still the bars patterns are looking for price to move up, which is in line with Elliott wave probabilities as well. Now, what is very difficult here, though, and that is what lowers the probabilities a bit for looking at this as a 5-wave structure. You can see the purple line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 5-wave structure. But currently on price, if we want to count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the only way we can make that happen would then be some sort of a diagonal, and then you look for a 2 and then a 3. The problem for the diagonal is it's expanding. You can see that wave 4 hit the lower trend line, channel taken from the high of 1 to the high of 3 to the low of 2. You don't want 4 to hit the lower trend line, because then we look at expanding diagonals, and they are very rare, never preferred. So probabilities are not high that this is a 5-wave structure, right? We are either looking here at some sort of a multi 1-2 type of structure, like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 in your most bullish case. And in a more bearish scenario, the structure would preferably be labeled as a WXY type of structure, which is a double zigzag to the upside, right? So then you have your three-wave structure, another structure, and eventually you continue. That would be preferred. Yeah, that would be preferred. But if am I going to do this? Yeah, I'm going to do this. Okay, so let me put this on the chart. Little bit of it's a little short. You can see that if we want to label this a WXY double zigzag of some sort, here your wave C is shorter than the common target. And if this is ABC, it's also shorter than the common target. So that's not too great. So we could move wave X here and then have this as an A, B, and a C. That would work better. Your X is now A flat, B zigzag, C impulse. This is a running flat, which is very rare, never preferred, because wave C didn't take the low of A. So this would not have high probabilities as well. And a double zigzag WXY like this has short C's. So it's not too easy to like a double zigzag structure would be my bearish count here. But I would be more confident for something like this if we actually start to change market structure. At the moment, we just do this, right? So you want to invalidate a potential multi-1-2 by coming down and changing the market structure. But if we then look locally on a 5-minute time frame, and I did this in the morning update as well, if we look at this structure down, if we are looking for a local uptrend to be finished, and we want to see much lower prices, then preferably, of course, you look for an impulse down, which is impulse diagonal or a multi-1-2. Impulse is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No overlap between a wave 1 and a wave 4. However, the move to the downside here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, damn, overlap, right? Okay, not allowed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, overlap, also not allowed, right? So we can't count a solid impulse to the downside. We cannot count this as a 1, 2, and then down in a 3, right? 2 is way too long. B is way too deep. And it's a running flat as well, by the way. So an impulse isn't great, which then leaves us with a diagonal or a double 1-2. The problem for the diagonal is that a diagonal is too early. It's too early to talk about diagonals. 3-wave, you need a 3-wave, you need another 3-wave, 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 and then eventually you can pull the trend lines. But it's too early. You need to pretty much wait, right? That is recommended. Wait for a wave 4 to be in. And then we can start talking about like diagonals, right? So you first got to take this low in a 3-wave zigzag family structure, then come back up, make your 4 here, and then go back down once again. So it's too early to start talking about diagonals. Plus, in a diagonal, this has to be wave A, B, C, or A, B, C. The only way I can make this a good 5-waver is to have somehow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but that's low time frame counting, 3-min, 5-min. I'm on the 5-min, so that would be even 1-minute counting. And that's not something that I do. Generally, I stay around on a 15 or higher. So an impulse doesn't work. A diagonal's way too early. And for a double 1-2, well, your second potential to then hit a 886. If this would be 1, 2, 1, 2, 886 hit, very rare for a wave 2. Lowers the probabilities for a double 1-2. Besides, your second wave 1 is a lot longer than your first wave 1. So in other words, when we look at the 5-minute, and again, it is a 5-minute. It's not a 15, 1 hour, 4 hour where structures generally are better, right, from an Elliott wave point of view. But when we look at this move here, we can conclude that counting this as an impulse structure down in one of these 3 has a lower probability than counting this as some sort of a corrective structure, right? And some sort means this move down is then labeled as a wave A or a wave W, at least if this up is corrective as well, right? So of course we can label it A, B, C and be finished. but we can also still have a bigger corrective structure, triangles, WXY, right? ABC, whatever, just an extension of the range. You just go sideways for a longer period of time. Hopefully we get out of this range before the weekend, gotta be honest, but you never know. So probabilities are higher. The move down here is corrective, not impulsive, which in turn increases probabilities to still take out that high. And by taking out this high, right, which is 61.8, it increases the probabilities for price to hit, or it's at least very likely, for price to then hit the 886, right, at 62. So if you take this high, chances are high you're going to hit 62. And if you hit this 886, the probabilities immediately increase once more or even higher for price to take out the 63K top or 62.7K top. Right? So this is how a 5-minute move down has an impact on a 4-hour chart. It's quite interesting. So yeah, that is at the moment the probabilities on the 5-minute and the structure on a 5-minute move down. And the probabilities, I mean, it hasn't changed, right? So I mean, there we go. 4-hour take 63K first compared to take 49K first. 5-minute higher probabilities. This is corrective, not impulsive, right? Increasing probabilities to still take out that high. And if we eventually at some point do happen to take 63K, then we have to take it from there. Right? What structure do you get to the upside? Is it going to be a wave 3? Is it going to be a wave Y? Is it going to be a wave C? Whatever. We don't know. We'll just observe and have a look, reanalyze, check what's up. The main area of resistance to the upside is 64.7 to pretty much 68K, 69K. Right? That's a big area. But of course, you can see I have individual boxes. Around 65K, just above 66K, just above 68K here as well. So I have my resistance areas. I know exactly what I'm looking for. And then I just take it step by step because we don't know what's going to happen if price does move to the upside. And CVD is working now. So it's working again. Right. So if we zoom out to a 1 hour, you can see here the local uptrend, right? X. So bullish CVDs have played out every time we have grinded to the upside so far. The bearish divs have continued, the bigger ones here, continuously filled. Of course, locally we had a 50-minute bearish CVD here that played out, a small one here that also played out. So you can trade the lower ones, but on a 1 hour, and this is similar to the 53K range that we had. We had the same thing going on, so it's just something that I bear in mind, and I don't really like to go against bullish CVDs unless we start to change structure and give me some more bearish CVDs, not just a 1 hour here, but some more local bear divs and whatnot. But here you can see the bigger bullish CVD hasn't played out because we need to take the high, and then you can clearly see all of the local ones. Now, if there's a check mark, it means it played out, so success. If there's an X, it means it failed. So the bearish ones didn't do very well. And on a 15-minute here locally, well, you can see that the bullish. Actually, we had a buildup of bullish CVDs here. It shows one line, but the reason it only shows one line is because all the smaller ones. That played out as well, right? You don't want too many lines. So eventually it only shows the bigger one. And when it plays out, it shows one line and not all the small lines. I can turn it on though. Yeah, so there's smaller ones here that also played out. Another one here, right? Very, very nice. Little bear div also played out. So it is a nice bit of price action. But yeah, you can see price moved up, came back down, bullish CVD again. We'll continue to observe. So what I like to see is price would hit the 886 here, taken from the high to the low. That would be nice. which means not the one that I have on my chart, but this one, 61.6. Now we just hit the 786. Preferably we hit the 886 if one is bullish at least. Right. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could still have a corrective move down, corrective move up, and then you just go sideways. But yeah, little bull CVD here, but this one is not really too interesting for me, gotta say, because it's with like this low. I prefer like a high or a low, not an in between high or low in this case here. But yeah, with a local move down here, it would be nice to see price stabilize, grind back up, bull CVD, see what happens. So yeah, we almost have bullish CVDs on blue. I actually think we already do, by the way. Looks like it. 1 second. Doesn't show. Oh well. Yeah. Now, with regards to support to the downside, there's not a lot going on close to price. The next horizontal is a daily at 59. And other than that, you just have the volume profile. So you just have the range. Value area high, 60.6, point of control, 59.5. That's pretty much it. So, yeah. So there you go. So the probabilities on the 4-hour remain higher to take 63. Now, counting this range from an Elliott wave point of view in detail makes absolute zero sense. So it's much better to either keep an eye on 15-minute structures locally and just forget about everything in the range, but just trade 15-minute structures if you can identify an impulse or a corrective structure, and then in combination with some of the tools that you like to use, you can trade a 15-min, but it makes no sense to analyze this structure here anymore. It also doesn't matter if we still have a bigger WXY going on, make come down once more and then up. It's just the bearish 4-hour scenarios have a lower probability at this moment. And then when we see future price action coming in, we'll analyze that and see if anything changes, but not at the moment. And not at the moment pretty much equals since price did this and started moving back up. That is when we started with probabilities are higher to still take 63 at some point because of the corrective nature, A, B, C, and you go back up, right? So yeah, we continue to observe, but this is it from an Elliott wave point of view. And make sure you trade safe. It's a complex range, right? Don't get burned. Have a clear plan. Know your stop loss. Know your target. But 4-hour probabilities remain the same. So. Send alert for entries. If only that would happen, then it would become a signal type of service. But I actually don't know if that is a possibility to send a certain signal out or a tone or something. But it could be interesting to look at. To help people to identify the best CVDs. But then you're going to go more into signaling and bots, but that's another story. So yeah, let's see where things go though. It would be interesting, but before one would share something like this, it needs to be very, very well back tested and preferably forward tested, because I don't want to share something that like an automated thing that doesn't work, right? So I know how to read CVD. I have my plan. I know exactly what I'm looking for. and I traded very well. But when you code things, you can't use the human interpretation, right? You got to have like significant strict rules and everything. So you need to put interpretation into code, and that takes a lot of trial and error. Do you trade any particular time of the day? London and New York, both, which is pretty much my whole day. It's whenever I'm awake and there's an opportunity, I'll grab it. It's not that I wait for a specific time. So the moment I wake up and I open a chart, pretty much, I'll see if there's an opportunity, yes or no. But most of the time, of course, because of my time zone, it's London and New York, which pretty much covers my whole waking hours. Yo, Daniel, thank you, sir. Appreciate it, man. Alles Gute. Genau, Bratwurst. Schmetterling, Kugelschreiber. Krankenhaus. Who saw that video? Yo, wait a second. Yo, YouTube. This was gone. Why is it back? Because now I have to wait again for someone to comment to pin my comment. Why did that happen? Why is it back again? I want to go back to the old pin it. Did I click anything? Timestamp, no. Reactions off. If I turn reactions off, is it still on or off for you? If I turn it on, then I can see it. If I turn it off, then I don't see it. Ah, well, now it can be on. Now it's no problem. I'll turn it on. It's just whenever I want to have a pinned comment, I'll shortly turn it off. Okay. What's up, Transpy? Hey, you changed your name. Good morning, Parames. Wow. Parames, how you doing? Been a while as well. Good to have you back in the chat. But yo, Pi, nice to see you got a similar name now. What's up, T. Clepson? Bogdan, welcome. Let's go. We are going to have a nice PA this week. 50 minutes till we put in the local low. Yeah, let's see what we get. I mean, of course, arguably the week is like almost finished. It's Thursday. One more day and we get into weekend price action, which generally is sideways. So if we really want to go somewhere, then let it be today or Friday. Because once the weekend hits and we're still in this range, expect another 2 days of at least being in this range. The current yearly VWAP at 68.8. Confluence with some of which was respect when price dropped to 49. Nice. An extra area of confluence. Always good to have multiple things at the same level. Well, looking at the structure of the far, it looks like this mess kind of looks like an inverse head and shoulders. Yes. But the right shoulder is, of course, very shallow because we only retraced to a 302, just missed out on the 05. But yeah, you could see a head and shoulders in there. Mark. Nice one. Mark with the original. What, like 42 people spat on that thing. Adam, good morning. How you doing? Welcome. L. Jones. No, so RSI is well known. As mentioned during I actually didn't read the whole question, but I don't use market cipher B or something like this. First of all, there are free elements in indicators, right? Free versions. But I know some people, many people that use RSI, but I use CVD. And for me, CVD it's not even questionable for me. It's the best indicator out there. Of course, I am biased because I've been using it for so long. It's free source. Everyone can access it, right? It's out there. It's on AGGR, which is a platform developed by, I don't know, like the people that have AGGR. They have a Discord if you have questions. Happy to share the link. But it's an awesome platform. Very, very good. And CVD is, for me, it's the tool that I use. Yeah, it's the best indicator, in my opinion. It gives you live data not lagging. It's not a lagging indicator. It's not a momentum indicator. It shows you what is happening right now in the market. And that's exactly what I like. I want to know what's happening now and I want to act on it. Of course, like every indicator, it takes a little bit of time to get the hang of it, but it's actually quite easy. Plus, I have so many sources for you guys with regards to CVD as well. If you go to Good to Know, then here, I have a template for you. Got the link over here, a couple of CVDs. I have the template without the lines here, the one with. Click on Koen's updates. But yeah, the one pager gives some more information. I made a video about CVD as well. So, and I probably, for the CVD users and Diamond, make a more detailed CVD video, I suppose. We got a new member, Tarun Jain. Welcome to Diamond, man. welcome. You're going to be joining Douwe, this guy here, as well as Tim. But Tarun, welcome to the team. Make sure to fill in the form that very likely is going to be shared in a second. Thanks, Jeroen. Make sure to fill in the form, select Diamond. We're going to get you sorted very soon. The fact that you became a member during the live stream with the mods being here is very easy, especially also Jeroen being here. So he will be able to give you the correct role the moment you share your username in the membership for like Discord. But welcome, man. Top step. Enjoy your stay. I'm very active in both gold and of course Diamond as well. Shared some new stuff in Diamond yesterday. So oh wow, this is a new way of marketing. First of all, this is a first time. That's an original way of approaching. My name is Barry. I run the MD at WEEX. We would like to connect and see if there's potential opportunity to collaborate. Make sure to write an email. That would be best. So because that's where I reply the most. Now, first of all, thanks for the support. That's an original way of approach. I do have to say, though, that I currently have 4 different platforms as partners. That's mainly because each of them has a different benefit. So they're not competing with one another. And BingX, of course, KYC nowadays, a great platform, has a great list of countries that are like able to trade on BingX. Then you have Bybit, which is global, but for many countries can be used for spot trading, but not futures like the Netherlands. Then you have Blowfin, accessible pretty much everywhere. And Blowfin is it's really an awesome platform. I already gave them a couple of points of feedback to improve it even more, but it's really good. It's global. They really quickly built a name for themselves back in the day. But it's available in the US, UK, Netherlands, Canada, and then you have BTCC. They are out there already for 12 years, also available pretty much most of the countries in the world. A little bit different than Blowfin, but with the 2 plus then BingX and Bybit, it's pretty much global coverage for people that like to benefit from campaigns and all this stuff. So what I don't want is platforms competing with one another, right? So if I have to remove one platform for another that does the same thing, it doesn't really work. I'm looking for, of course, platforms to not compete. But just write me an email. That would be the best. And I don't know what's going on here, but this is the way I approach the platforms. They shouldn't compete with one another. They should have their own USP, unique selling point in a way. Like, this one is global for these countries. On this one I can do this, on this one I can do that. Rough day without CVD all day. I had to refresh the chart, but it's back up. Made me think it was, yeah, yesterday this move down was a good one. I think it even hit a 786 if you not take it from the low but a higher low. Is it good to count the waves of move to gain clarity? E7 weight W11. Is it practical? Yes, but I don't use it often. But what you say is true. So when you don't really know, so imagine you have a move towards the upside, right? An impulsive looking structure, right? Now, an impulsive looking structure, right, can look like a 5 wave, but it can also be a zigzag or a double zigzag. The double zigzags are the tricky ones because they tend to mimic an impulse. And that is where counting comes in. So I guess you probably have to read more about it on Elliott Wave International. However, an impulse, right, is always counted as 5 plus 4. I'll explain it in a second. And a correction is always counted as a 3 plus 4. Now, what does that mean? That means that when you have a structure and you are not counting this in detail, what you can do is just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, etc. till you are at the end of the structure, right? And you get a bigger retracement. Now, that move to the upside is an impulsive structure if you can count that move up as a 5, right? Or 5 plus 4 as a 9, as a 13, 17, 21, etc., right? Those are bullish impulsive numbers. 5, 9, 13, 17, 21. For the bears, you want to count a move to the upside as a 3, right? Or you want to count it as a 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Or as an 11, or a 15, or a 19, right? So this is your bearish number. Bulls start with 5 plus 4, the bears start with 3 plus 4. And if you don't really know, like you have a structure, you don't really know what's going on, right, or how to count it, just count the waves. And based on the number that you end up with, you have a good idea if that move up is bullish or bearish. And that will be able to help you form probabilities. Yeah. It's actually nice that you asked this question, Adam, because it is not often spoken about. It's not information that many people talk about. Yeah. It's not often something I cover even, right? Because it's so rare that people ask it. The more 1-2s we get, the less likely there are multi 1-2s. Yeah, or you get a massive move. But yeah, it just makes me think like the local price action till it doesn't, till you change structure. But it makes me think a bit of what was going on here. So of course we had a grind up here during the weekend as well. But yeah, let's see where we are before the weekend. The longer this range continues, the more volatility we should expect. So we already went through this here. Also this. Do you post the link anywhere in Discord before you make it out? No, I only post the link in Discord in the Koen's content channel. And I always post it personally, like I manually post it there. Yeah. But yeah, feel free to write me. I saw the notification in my Discord that you wrote me earlier, so I'll have to check your messages. On the fundamental side, a recession tends to follow the start of a cutting cycle, but probability is about 60%. So, with my technical brain, knowing nothing about fundamentals, I really have no idea what it means. Anyone? Is price going up or down? That's now my question, right? What does it mean? Is it bullish? Is it bearish? Yeah, Trons Pro. Yeah, I know. T Clapson. What's up, Holo Crypto? Up till today, I thought price action was the only real-time indicator, but CVD is real-time too. I guess the time scale of CVD. Yes. CVD is real-time, right? Everything you see on the, but you have to be able to read CVD, right? So you need to know the theory behind the lines, but that's exactly what I explain in the CVD video on the one pager, and then it's just practice. But CVD is real-time, yes. It's not a lagging indicator. I can even go down to a 1 min, maybe even the seconds. That's interesting. And you will be able, depending on price action, you will be able to see the line move as well. All right, so based on the price action, this latest line will, I think this is a little bit too low. You can see it, but let's just do it like this. So based on the local price action, you will be able to see these lines move, yellow and blue. Look, blue just ticks up again, right? So buyers coming in, right? Market buys in this candle. That's what it shows on the blue line there, right? So, and on a 15, on a 30, on a 1 hour, it doesn't matter. You will be able to see the line move live, right? Now, what's interesting, of course, is, okay, the line is moving up. Are we going to close red or green, right? If this becomes a red candle, but CVD is moving up, you have an in-candle bearish CVD divergence. Plus a series of lower highs and potentially higher highs here on CVD, which would be a potential bearish CVD divergence. But yes, it's absolutely live. That's 1 minute, right? So, I mean, take that with a grain of salt. Best time frames for me are the 3 and the 15. Most often I use 15 minutes. But yeah, it's live data. It's what's happening in the market right now. This would be best answered in the video on the channel that I have. So if you go to my YouTube channel, look in the videos, or actually don't even look. Go to the homepage, scroll down to the educational playlist, and you will see CVD there. Check that video. And then in Discord, you can download the one pager as well. What's up, Patrick Tawanrat? Welcome. Midflex, Dotal, Dogpoop, Blowfin. Yeah, I mean, it's a great platform, I got to say. But I do have certain things that I like in my trading that they are working on. I gave them a little bit of feedback, but they're already working on some extras. So yeah, it's a great platform. Romeo, Yoshi here. What's up, man? Yes, you said something about a motive and it being different than an... yes. Okay, so... oh, these are nice theoretical questions, deep diving into what Elliott waves is. So we have a motive wave in Elliott waves, and you have an impulse. Now, when you would go to the theory, right, then what you will see is the traditional Elliott wave pattern, right? So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 correction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's your wave 3. Sideways correction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then down. You get your 3-wave retracement. Now, as I have put the waves on my chart, every move up is now both a motive and an impulse, right? So you can call this motive, but you can also call this an impulse. An impulse is always a 5-wave sharp structure, right? A motive wave is either impulse or diagonal. A motive wave is simply a 5-wave move, right? An impulse is only this. This is an impulse. But both of these are motive waves. That's the difference. Impulse, motive. Motive equals 5 waves. Impulse, no overlap between 1 and 4 allowed. Right? That's the rule. There's 3 rules of an impulse, right? Wave 2, not allowed to go below 1. Wave 3, not allowed to be the shortest. Wave 4 and 1, not allowed to overlap. In a diagonal, you actually want overlap between your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Motive, impulse, right? So that's the difference. Both of these are motive, but only this is an impulse. I gotta say, it's actually very nice to get these type of questions sometimes, because, oh boy, I never talk about this because I never get the questions. It's cool. I like it. As an Elliott, I don't know, USDT dominance. Oof. I don't know. Not by me, at least. Cheers, Adam. Zapruder, rewind this now. Going to the beginning and watch at 1.5 or 2x speed. Cutting cycle long-term bullish, but in short-term bearish, historically speaking. Okay. Interesting. Thanks, JMac. Would that mean, so when was the cutting cycle? Is there a date for that? How do I get that CVD thing? Is it a website? Yes. And it's publicly available. aggr.trade. charts.aggr.trade. Right, here's the templates. And then here's the one pager, plus the video, which is also just on my YouTube homepage in the educational playlist. The 1 minute bear CVD played out, by the way. The seconds on AGR is actually a way of counting any waves that you can't see on TradingView. My TradingView membership doesn't include seconds. Yeah, you could count on a second chart, theoretically. Yeah, it's not really something I do myself. I would go absolutely crazy. But yeah, it is possible. How much time does it take for local CVD to play out, and how do we get more conviction that the local CVD didn't play out? This question can actually, interestingly, not be answered, because how much time does it take for local CVD to play out? That's random. It's up to the chart, right? Depends on the time frame. If you're on a 4 hour, it will take longer than when you're on a 15-minute. So here, for example, what am I going to use as, wait, I go to the low here. So for example, we hit support here at 49K, right? And we had bullish CVDs at support. It only took you like 1.5 hours for price to take out the high, right? So that was relatively short. But then over here, you also had bullish CVD here, price moved up, right? This is like 1 candle, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 hours before you eventually took out the high and have CVD play out. So you can't say like, CVD takes X amount of time before it plays out, right? It depends on the chart. Now, what you could do is you could build statistics on how long it takes for CVD to play out on a certain time frame. So if you're on a 1 hour time frame and there is a CVD, then you can track statistics on, hey, how long does it take on average for the CVD to play out? Right? You have a bullish CVD. Sometimes it will be very quick. Sometimes it will take a lot longer. Sometimes it will take very, very, very long, and and you will be able to get a curve that pretty much tells you, okay, 80% of the CVDs that play out are between, on a 1 hour chart, are between 3 hours and 9 hours, right? So a bit like, you create an expectation for yourself. And you also know that, hey, if it takes longer than 9 hours, the probabilities go down for price to maybe even take the high, right? So I might want to exit my position. If I trade or if I enter based on CVD, And based on my statistics, you know, nine hours is like a max, and after 9 hours, the probabilities go down for price to even take the high. Right? Do you know that? Okay, you know, 9 hours is my time limit. So you have a stop loss limit, price stop loss limit, and you have a time stop loss limit. Now, this is something that I actually tracked back in the day. Now, I need to check my data because I eventually didn't use a time stop because I just use just CVD, and if I read things against my trade, I just go out. So I don't really use time. But it is something I considered, and I did track a little bit back in the day. So you can have a time stop, and you can also have a price stop that way. So yeah, how do we get more conviction that the local CVD didn't play out when it's invalidated? Or conviction increases, of course, if you have a bullish... no, wait, let's use this example. Wait, I have a great example for that question. So we had bearish CVDs here. These played out. Price took the low. Price moved down. Right? And then price started ranging. And we had, again, more bearish CVDs here, right? If you check the CVD chart. However, this is a second CVD for the second time with the same pivot. So you had the first one here, and then price goes down, it plays out, price starts ranging, creates bearish CVD again with the same high. The first divergence is always the best. A second, third, fourth, fifth, right, lowers in probabilities. The second, you know, it already starts lowering in probabilities for it to play out, and then third, fourth, etc. Locally, here we started building bullish CVD divergences with bullish market structure. So to answer that question on how do we get more conviction that a local CVD didn't play out, well, if you have a second, third, fourth, fifth bearish CVD, but locally, you start building bullish market structure with bullish CVDs, these have a priority. Local always has priority. So for the bears to increase the probabilities of their CVD, you would need to change the market structure, create more local bearish CVD. But we didn't. We just moved up with bullish CVD. Yes, John. Correct. What's up, Thunderin? Tim, Tim, are you watching on your watch? Are you watching on your watch? Well, with his smart watch. Next week, I'll probably add a straw. Cheers, Mr. 420. Always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure. If there's any questions, you know where to find me. Yo, Ashley was correct, eh? The Oracle, nice move up again. Crazy. Unstoppable vibe. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Interesting question. Now, this is not fully Elliott wave related, but where did I... Oh, here, the clock. Oh, man, I really need to put the text box. 1 second. Let me just quickly do this. Remove. There we go. Okay. So what Adam is, so there's a little bit of gun in here. Now I'm definitely not a gun specialist. Okay. So but when you talk about the clock, then yes, you can use the slope to identify a correction or an impulse, or at least it plays in the probabilities. So if you have, of course, a clock, right? And you have 12 at the top, right? So 12 to 130, right? That would be the angle for like an impulse, right? And then you have 130 till 430 would be corrective. And then 430 to 6 would be impulsive down. right? Like I don't really use it, but I learned about it, and I just put it in my folder. I never really. It's just fun knowledge to have. Yeah, I don't really use it per se, but yeah. I mean, it's a funny question. You are the first one ever that asked about that, by the way. Good morning, Same lady. Welcome. Makes an ABC down. Again, I'm interested in. It's just I'm only interested in this structure really. The probabilities are higher. This is corrective, not impulsive, which increases probabilities to eventually take out the high. The move to the upside here, yeah, there's a corrective feel to it. I don't want to count this on a 5-min or 3-min. I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe it is a 5-waver. You look for a 3-wave correction and then you continue again. It's just ranging again. Oh, man, hopefully by the end of this week we're out of this range, but I start to doubt it. It goes so slow. Prepped. Do you keep in mind candles with no wicks? Yes, but only on the daily, weekly, or monthly. Yeah, the higher time frames. Not on like 4-hour stuff. I remember I spoke about a candle with. Oh, that was here. That one. Yeah. So yeah, and there's of course a few, but that is a very easy thing to spot, and it has great probabilities as well. So what that means, by the way, to everyone, is if you on a daily or weekly time frame or monthly, if you can spot a candle that does not have a wick at the high. What am I doing? Nice candle, yo. If you do not have a wick at the high and the low, right? And you only have one at the high, for example, the probabilities are high to soon take out the low of this candle. So it creates then a bearish bias, same vice versa. So if you don't have a wick at the high, right, but you have a wick at the low, it increases probabilities for price to very soon move to the upside to take out the high of the candle of that previous day or the previous week. And you can very easily track statistics on this by just checking as many candles as you want. Historic price action. Check how many candles have a wick on both sides, how many do not, and what happened with the candles that did not. Right, soon after. It's a fun bit of info to have. Yeah. Do you like vector candle method? No. I just use Elliott waves and all the other tools I always show in my content, but I don't use vector candles. What is the scenario if Bitcoin breaks 56? Bullish WXY or an ABC, zigzag, and bearish continuation. Those would be the two, but still a WXY would have a higher probability to then still move back up just because an expanding diagonal is so rare. So you if you go down that far to 55, right? For the bears, you really need a strong impulsive move. You need a very strong move that blasts through support like it's nothing. If you then stop at 55 and start ranging again for a long period of time, it just, again, increases probabilities to still move up. Is it Friday the triple witch hour? I don't know. You tell me. I'm not going to be there, yo. So Friday afternoon, I'll be in the arena section of the Zandvoort Grand Prix watching Formula 1 cars do vroom vroom. Yeah, wasn't there someone like a YouTuber? Oh no, I think it was Martin or someone. Someone said like there was a YouTuber, but I forgot the name. Martin, is Martin here? I think it was Martin on the channel. Someone said, yesterday, like last night with the news, Oh, it's gonna be the craziest night, like a big breakout. Crazy 48 hours. I mean, 48 hours is a very big like amount of time, but yeah, like last night, not much happened. We got a solid move up. That's what happened, but then we start ranging again. The 1 minute is always crazy. Yeah, I don't really like to go too low. I mean, it's how they call it in Spain when it comes to experiential futures and options. I see. Triple witch hour. So Friday should be an interesting volatile day. Yeah, I mean, for the bulls, it's important to keep market structure. For the bears, three-wave WXY back up. And then you continue the range still. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be still. This is expanding, which is not great. A lot of 1-2s would be your bullish option, and for the bears, it's WXY ABC and then up, or you continue. But yeah. So we have also here bearish CVD, bullish CVD, competing with one another. But let's see if the bears can actually finally do anything. Always reminded me of a sports commentator. Okay, guys, I do have to go very quick. Very quick. 65, 68K. So words like will and should never appear in your trading vocabulary because it doesn't exist. It's okay to be it's okay to have probabilities, but you can never say we will or price will or price should. What are you drinking? This is like the French version of Radler. It's literally the same, but it's just in a green bottle. It's called Tourtel Twist. This is like Radler, but then here, it's 0.0 everyone, by the way. I don't drink alcohol. Or rarely ever. So yeah, it's called Tourtel Twist. I don't know, but it's like Radler. It's literally the same as Radler, so that's quite nice. But yo, everyone, thanks for hanging out. It's time to continue with other work-related stuff and make sure to check. I gotta check a big PDF full of. You remember the teaser, some of you, right? The one page of an impulse in a PDF, right? The PDF is finished, made by Jeroen, but it's just version 1. Now I have to check everything. So now comes now comes in me checking all the rules, all the guidelines, checking the design, and then then we go into creating version 2. And eventually it will be out there. Panache is something like that. Maybe try it out. Yeah, I heard about it, but yeah, I'm happy with this one. So good stuff. So yeah, I got to do that. Check the PDF and also figure out the CVD. Like for the people that want to buy it, I need to set up the system. So that's what we're gonna do. Could we possibly be in a wave C of a wave 2 after a leading diagonal? Could we possibly be in wave C of wave 2 after a leading diagonal? Oh, here. Well, this then would be a expanding diagonal, expanding leading diagonal, and an expanding diagonal is very rare, never preferred unless everything else fails. So it's difficult to label this from 56 to where we are now as a diagonal. It's better as a three-wave correction or a series of 1-2s. So, oh, there you go. Just wanted to answer that one. To German Radler. We're going to compete between the countries. Okay, thanks everyone. Oh, by the way, please, Aaron, I gotta go. Please keep in mind that I won't be here tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, because I'll be at the Grand Prix in Zandvoort. If you are a silver member, then you will likely still have updates, because I'll have my laptop with me and my phone with me, but it's difficult for me to make any content when I'm in the Netherlands upcoming week. I'll write a more official post in Discord, in Telegram, and also in the YouTube community section, so you guys know what to expect. But Aaron, man, thank you again, sharing some of his trading profits, he said last time. 20 gifted, man. That's insane. In the past month, 1 month, 1.5 months, this guy has gifted like, I don't know, 50 people a membership. Insane, Aaron. Thanks for your support. And once again, thanks for the community as well. Because what I like about gifts versus donations is that when people gift, the community benefits. Yes, YouTube takes a cut. They take like 30% from how much it costs. But instead of donating is the same value, the same cut for YouTube. But now the community benefits instead of sending a donation, and that's only me. So this is really cool. So Aaron, thanks for supporting the community. Now, everyone that got gifted, you just received a bronze gift. Now, bronze doesn't give you anything. So that is why we always bump gifts up to silver, right? So fill in the form that probably someone sent below, one of the mods. Fill in that form, select silver. Maybe we just have to add bronze. No, just select silver, I guess. Let's talk about it. Just select silver. Fill in the stuff, and we will get you sorted. And then for the upcoming month, you'll be in silver. So Samer Liddy, Slow Hand Gaming, Big K, Alfonso, Sarthak, Agawal, just making sure everyone hears it in case they're not watching. 5D Universe Trading, Cham Garam Yun, Arthur Furs, Tobias Idolewimmer, RC Cole, Prankuzas, Ernest of Gaia, Ty Fox, Sean Daly, Christian Posevsky, X Sin, Zikor, Thomas Bas, Droppy, Jeroen Teerbink, and that's it. Yeah, 2 Jeroens. Erhan, awesome, man. Jeroen has multiple. Yeah, exactly. Stealing the gifts. Man, what a banger. Cheers, man, Aaron. Absolutely nuts. How was your day? So far, so good. Because of Aaron, even better. Really cool. So, guys, everyone that's gifted, fill in the form. This link here, Jeroen shared it. Fill that in. Select silver. We can check your account again in YouTube Studio and then also get you the right rule. So maybe for Jeroen, maybe it's an idea to just quickly screenshot the chat. So I don't have to check YouTube Studio maybe as well. And then, make sure to fill in your username and we'll get you sorted. But, Aaron, thanks for the support, man. Hope, at least I know, as long as you do this, your trading goes well. So, keep it up. Keep it up. Thanks for the support, man. The community appreciates you, and so do I. Keep up the good work, and thanks for supporting the channel, man. That's amazing. That's amazing. No one has ever done a 20. That is the first time. 10 was the most per time. 20 is insane. So cheers, man. What a crazy guy. Everyone, it's time for me to leave finally and continue the work on the background to get you the best stuff we can. So the PDF and the payment system for CVD and whatnot. So thanks for being here. This will be the last live stream before the next live stream on Tuesday. Yeah? Unless I go live before tomorrow, but that would be tonight, so I'm not sure, but likely the last live stream, and then I'll be gone over the weekend because I'll be in Zandvoort for the Grand Prix, FYI, right? So difficult to make content, but silver members, I'll be able to chat, right? So thanks everyone. Aaron, once again, thanks for the support, absolutely insane. And I'm gonna speak to you soon again.